I want to switch gears here. Reddit CEO Steve Huffman has announced a plan to crack down on what he calls toxic users on a forum that discusses President-elect Donald Trump. In a statement he posted on the site, Huffman writes under his name, Spez, "Many of you are aware of my attempt to troll the trolls last week. I honestly thought I might find some common ground with that community by meeting with them on their level. It did not go as planned. Historically, we have relied on our relationship with the moderators to curb bad behaviors. While some of the moderators have been helpful, this has not been wholly effective, and we are now taking a more proactive approach to policing behavior that is detrimental to Reddit." So, Dan, walk us through this. What's going on here? Users clearly angry. Some are calling for Huffman to actually step down.
Sure, because he crossed kind of a red line there and edited other users' posts. He apologized for that, he reverted them, but that was definitely not a good idea. But it brings our attention to a much bigger issue, which is that every big online community, whether it's a social network like Twitter or Facebook, or whether it's more of a traditional message board community like Reddit, which really does drive a lot of interest, has to make a decision at some point whether they're going to try to be more hands-off and just say, we built this tool and how people use it is up to them, or if they're going to try to be more of a filtered, moderated community and try to filter away the more extreme users who create a toxic atmosphere for everybody else.
And Reddit is known for having that raw story. The site has run off a no censorship model. So tell me, what's the function of the moderators exactly?
Most of the moderators for the big communities are volunteers, and they keep the community sort of in line or on topic at least, but they're not really there to be censors. And if Reddit wants to grow and become more mainstream, I think they have to face the same challenges that Twitter has, that Facebook has, to varying degrees of success, and find a way to make it a less toxic environment for people so new users are not scared away. And that's the challenge that Reddit is facing right now.
So if I have this correctly, if there was a pro-Trump forum, the community moderators are more likely to be pro-Trump?
Oh, I mean, because they created the community. It's all sort of self-owned and self-contained by these volunteers. And what Reddit is now saying is they're going to have to go in and find some of the more aggressive users who sort of break the rules of civility and either give them a timeout, a temporary suspension, or even ban them. That's something that you've seen Twitter and Facebook do as well.
And talk to me, could this possibly be the end of Reddit?
You know, I think it's the end of one era, in a sense, and the beginning of another era, because if the company and the site wants to grow and become more mainstream and be as part of the everyday conversation as, let's say, Twitter is, it does have to find a way to kind of drain the toxicity out of it and keep it an open environment community. Twitter is still struggling to figure out how to do that now, so it's not an easy thing to do.
Can we get a last look at those glasses again that you were sporting through most of the segment?
There you go. I'm ready to go shoot some photos.
I love it. CNET's Dan Ackerman. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.